Hello, welcome to this week's meditation. I'm really happy that you're here because today we're diving into a topic that I think is something that's so important, first of all, to kind of address some of the misconceptions around what courage is or having courage is. And it's something that's so important. I mean, by now I hope that you know my goal is that this platform and this practice and the way that it's delivered enables you to really pursue what it is that you want and what it is that you deserve. And the thing is when we set goals, they're big, they're a little scary, and sometimes we might feel like we tap into those stories, right, of not having enough, and courage can be one of the things that we feel like we don't have. So to clear this up a little bit, courage is not something that you're granted. Courage has nothing to do with your genetics, I promise. Courage is a choice, albeit not an easy one for sure. And I can speak from experience. It's hard, it's exhausting, but it's not a feeling. It's literally like a skill. It's something that's only acquired through practice. And so it's just like our yoga practice, right? It's a skill, and it's something that we need to step into and feel that uncomfortable feeling that comes along with something, right? Something new, I should say. So the important thing to really understand and recognize and remind yourself is that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the ability to act while you are still in the presence of fear. Because the thing is when courage is required, it's because something big is coming up, right? We're pursuing something big, or something big is coming at us. And so that's met with fear, right? They coexist. So courage and fear come at the same time. You can be brave and you can be afraid at the same time. The important thing is to become aware so that we don't automatically default into those defeating patterns that we have, and that we can choose to be courageous, right? The only way through fear is literally through it. So that's what grace is. I use that word a lot, and often we have this idea of thinking that it's more something like in terms of what it looks like, having like a lovely form or creating kind of that effortless quality. Like if you watch a ballerina or a figure skater, right, we kind of think of that as grace. And by all means, that's one definition, but this is different. The way that I use the term, it's like to have the courage to be in fear and face it anyways. And to start to diminish those limiting beliefs that we have and start to empower more strong ways of being and tapping into what is already there, I promise. But it is a practice to uncover all those layers that we've created and kind of covered it up, right? So we are going to begin today's short meditation. I highly encourage you that you sit up onto something, get your hips above your knees, and let's begin. Closing down the eyes, allowing yourself to take a few rolls to the shoulders. And then going the other direction. And then slowly let the shoulders drop. And just kind of wiggle it out a little bit, like really get situated into the space that you're in, as we'll be here for a little bit. And the goal within this practice is to see if we can, really cultivate a place of stillness. So create this container, and you start to allow your awareness to dive into what's going on within that container. And it's only from this place that we can start to recognize those feelings that we have when faced with fear. And so what I want you to do is just start by taking a really nice clearing breath. Inhale through your nose. And take a big deep sigh breath out. Take another one if you need. And allow yourself to even just notice and feel the experience of what that feels like. Just consciously shed the heaviness of our minds and allow ourselves to consciously step into where we are. And so the first layer is letting go of the distractions going on around us. So you may notice sounds from going on outside the walls that you're currently in. You may notice sounds from within the walls you're currently in. Whatever is pulling at your attention, can you choose to focus on your breath instead? And what you'll begin to notice is that the more you can hold that space to focus on your breath, the more that it will naturally expand. Whatever you choose to focus on will naturally grow. So now as we start to expand and deepen the breath, enabling your ability to relax in this moment now, to dissolve all of the busyness, to consciously slow down. This act of consciously slowing down is incredibly powerful, because it enables ourselves to really wake up to what's really going on, to what's really underneath all of the busyness. So for now, all I want you to do is continue to breathe. But I want you to couple the breath with two specific actions. And as you breathe in, I want you to feel a sense of strength as you ground down into the earth and lift up tall. So every time you breathe in, it essentially becomes your anchor into this strong and intentional position of sitting up tall. Letting go of the natural downward pull of gravity, and creating more space and ability to breathe a little deeper. So as you continue to feel strong on the inhales, you'll start to match that with feeling soft on the exhales. Letting go of that rigidity that comes along with strength. So as you breathe out, can you feel the skin around your skull soften? Your forehead, the muscles in your face, especially your jaw, and even more importantly, your shoulders. Continue to breathe in and out through this energetic cycle of strong and soft. Perhaps even repeat those words as you breathe in and out. tapping into the experience of feeling, living, and breathing both qualities at the same time. Making the conscious decision to let go of our automatic binary ways of thinking. And appreciating that you can be brave and afraid at the same time. You can be strong, graceful at the same time. It's all the same energy. It's in having the awareness to connect with that energy so that you can choose how you will respond. Because if we don't pay attention, then we will simply react. It's an automatic way of thinking and being and breathing, and it's usually defeating. It takes conscious deliberation to notice, to connect, so that we can redirect. So continuing to breathe here, feeling this experience of both energies at the same time, strong and soft. Continue to dissolve any of the distractions. Even if they come right back, just keep letting go, keep choosing to stay anchored in. Slow breath in, slow breath out. Notice the sensations running through you as you continue to practice this art of letting go. As you continue to practice this art of staying connected with who you are and letting go of the inner workings of the mind that will try to tell you all of the things that you are not. But they're not true. They're just stories. Stories that if we don't pay attention, we will accept as truth. You have all the courage that you need pursue whatever it is that's coming your way, whatever it is that you pursue. The beautiful thing about courage is that you really only need it for a few seconds to actually make the conscious decision to face that fear. The rest is easy. Breathe into that easiness for a moment. Just slowly and gently bring your hands together at the center of the chest, and as you bow your head, honor all that you are and commit to pursuing all that you deserve. Namaste. Hope you feel great. And as always, I like to offer a little bit of journaling or reflecting. And so, one of the things about this, again, is like it's a practice. And Aristotle has a really wonderful quote about this. And it's that we develop courage by performing courageous acts. Now, I know that you have performed courageous acts. It's just that our mind automatically kind of defaults into that negative state, right? So what I want you to do is maybe just take some time to reflect, or even better, write down, some times that it took courage to get through, and sometimes that you had the courage to maybe pursue specific goals or wants or dreams, and then write down, as many as you can, and then you can start to tap into that story and start to let go of the defeating one. And with that, it's just really important to understand that the fear is all in the anticipation, right? So as I said in the meditation, you only need to be courageous for a few seconds, really. It's when that opportunity to act comes up, and it's in that moment, right? To not let fear hold us back, but to actually decide to go forward. And one thing that I just want to end with that I really found quite interesting is, the Latin definition of decide is to cut away the past. And I think that's really fascinating, because when we decide something, we get so bombarded by all those stories and all that little chatter in our mind of, not this enough, not that enough. And so, you just cut that all away, and you step into the present moment, and you be who you are, which is strong, powerful, and beautiful. So I hope this helps. And as always, please reach out to me if there's any way that I can support you in this process. Thanks for joining me. I hope to see you soon.